Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Lightning versus the Bomb. Ryan Garcia against Romero. Now, you make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. Look, man, this is one of those fights where before, if Rolly was still with Coach Bullet, I would favor Ryan, but I would say, shit, Rolly got a chance. And you can go all the way back a couple years ago to when Rolly and Ryan sparred and the video surfaced. It was a very, very physical, turn this fan on, very physical sparring session. But it looked like it was competitive. But right now, I'm going to have to be honest with you, I don't know if Rolly stands a chance in there against Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is working with Eddie Reynoso. That's a plus for him. He learned a whole lot. I don't know what he learned with Joe Goosen. I'm going to say nothing. But with Derek James, he learned a whole lot. Back with Eddie Reynoso. And I just think for Rolly, he got clipped by Pitbull Cruz, clipped by Javante. Old man Barroso clipped him. I just don't know what's going to happen to Rolly when lightning strikes. But we know Rolly Romero has the ability to detonate that bomb of a right hand on any opponent. But if you were a betting man, would you gamble on Ryan and lightning striking or that bomb detonating? Which one will happen first? Lightning's going to strike first. And I just think when Ryan hits Rolly Romero, I just don't think it's going to be anything nice, man. Now, I'm going to be honest. We know Ryan Garcia has come out here and he's turned a lot of people off. But he came out and he apologized. And it takes a man to really, pull up his pants, cinch down his belt, and say, you know what? I made a mistake. I'm wrong. I understand if y'all hate me, but there's nothing I can say to make it better, but I want to just own my mistakes and apologize for the rant that I went on. And I have to say, man, I respect it about Ryan. Still don't know how I feel about that guy, but I'm not going to hold nothing against him anymore. But doesn't mean I'm going to be out here rooting for that dude either. But it's like, people make mistakes. Ryan went way overboard, but, when you come out here and you look at him, he's on a redemption tour, okay? Ryan wants for people to see him in this positive light. But it's a lot of baggage. He just carries a lot of baggage. And I understand when he was getting ready to fight Devin, according to Ryan, he had a lot going on. But he served his year suspension for testing positive. And let me tell you, most people who don't like Ryan, like the rant that he went on, they didn't like that. But it's that Austrian shit. They don't like a drug cheat. And Ryan already hits hard enough. He already has freakish speed. For him to get in the ring against Devin and want to win so bad, there shouldn't even be too much conversation about this, but the bottom line is he cheated, okay? But for him to get in there and want to win so bad that he felt it was necessary to be on some performance enhancement drug, I just think that is awful, and he really wants people to see him as this advocate for children's rights, an advocate for Christianity. He wants to be seen in this positive light. But I just think it's everything that he's done is inescapable. To come down, people want people to see him as this golden child. There are some who support him no matter what, but I just think it will plague him till the day he dies. And that's why you got to be careful out here what you say in social media. Even me doing these little YouTube videos. I mean, as long as I don't do nothing crazy, my channel should remain afloat. But if I come out here and start saying crazy stuff, be 30 years down the road, fortunately I'm still here, not doing YouTube videos, but chilling, and I'll probably have grandchildren by then. They were like, damn, that's Grandpa Hood Champion, and he was saying this and saying that. And so even I'm mindful of that. But look, Ryan Garcia spoke to the media, man. He insisted that he turned his life around, and he stopped doing drugs and drinking alcohol. And he says it was the drugs and alcohol that caused him all the problems in the past. But when he talks about drugs and alcohol, I can't help but think about Earl Spence and Adrian Broner. You know, Earl Spence with the alcohol, Adrian Broner with the alcohol, then Adrian Broner with the drugs, because we know he was smoking weed and getting high. I just can't help but wonder, although I think Ryan's going to get Rolly and knock him out, man, just how much did the partying take out of Ryan Garcia? How much did the alcohol and the mushrooms and whatever drugs he was doing, how much did that slow him down? Now, he already had freakish speed, so maybe he's just fast now. Maybe he doesn't have that lightning quickness anymore. But we'll know when he gets in there with Rolly Romero. But he's been working with a therapist, trying to get his life together, man. And when you hear someone comes out and they say, you know what, I didn't respect myself as an athlete, you never hear Rolly say that. Rolly is always out here trying to win. Whether you like Rolly or not, he's trying to win. He comes to fight hard, and he's trying. But Rolly just started so late in boxing, hard for him to make up the time with guys like Ryan and Tank and Shakir, and these guys have been boxing since they've been, kids, not even 10 years old. But that being said, Rolly's trying. And maybe the playing field's leveled out a little bit because of Ryan acknowledging that, hey, I didn't respect myself as an athlete and I made some mistakes. And maybe for that reason, he's going to lose to Rolly Romero, who's been a disciplined athlete. And remember, before boxing, Rolly was, involved in judo and other things. So he's always been involved in some kind of combat sports, and he's always had discipline. And that could make the difference. But I still, if you ask me who I give the best chance to win, I still gotta go with Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm rooting for Rolly. But what can Rolly do? Can Rolly time Ryan? Can Rolly counterpunch Ryan? You got to have speed to be able to. You don't have to have the fastest hands, but if you have good timing, you can get there. But still requires some speed. Rolly just isn't that fast, and he's been half committing with shots, and he's trying to be this amazing Cuban counterpuncher, style fighter. That's just not Rolly, man. I don't know. I just don't think the way Rolly Romero is fighting right now represents him as a fighter. I think it's something he's forcing, and that's why he's getting in the ring and he's not looking that spectacular. What gave Rolly an advantage is opponents never knew what he was going to do next. You didn't know what kind of punch he was going to throw. You don't know where that shit was coming from. You know he's going to foul you. And that's what gave him an advantage, is being super physical with his opponents in the ring and making the referee do his job. Now he's coming out here making the referee's job easy. And as a result, his opponents are having a lot of success. And don't get me wrong, he's fighting elite opposition now. So that makes a big difference too, but I don't know, man. But let's see what happens, because I give Rolly a chance. I think Ryan gets him, but I still give Rolly a bit of a chance. Because when I hear Ryan Garcia saying I was messed up, I was drunk, I was on shrooms, my mind was out of it, man, I ended up saying stupid stuff. I do regret it, but I got to live on. I'm sorry for those actions. I got clean. My life is clean now. I want to be represented the right way as a person, as a fighter. When I hear that, I said, that man has a lot of his brain. He's going to walk into that arena, and there's a lot of people supporting him. But I'm sure he's going to be met with a lot of people, ridiculing, criticizing him, and booing him. And I wonder just how much that's going to play on his psychology, man. How much is that going to mess with this guy when he gets in the ring? Because let me tell you something. You could be in Ryan's situation, or you could be a guy having ups and downs with your wife, or ups and downs in your job. You say, you know what, man? I'm going to fly from here to Australia, go down under, right, to hell's asshole. We're going down to Australia, and I'm going to just chill down there to get away from my problems. You think going thousands of miles away from your home is going to help resolve your issues? No. You know why? Because you can't leave your mind behind. And Ryan Garcia can't leave his mind behind, and he got a lot of shit on his mind. As a result, I just think him apologizing to George Floyd and apologizing to all the fans about the way he acted. I just think he brings that into the ring. And then also we're going to see, what if, right? We know Ryan's always been fast. He's always had power. But what if Ryan, the win against Duarte, the win against Devin, what if it shows that all of a sudden now Ryan doesn't quite have that power? What if all of a sudden he gets in the ring with Rolly and Ryan can't do to Rolly what he did to Devin, what he did to Duarte, what he did to other fighters? It makes you say, shit, maybe he was on the Austrian all this time. But then you go back and look at him as an amateur, he had the speed and power then. Always something freakish about that left hand. So, I mean, it's a tough one to call. But in my opinion, Rolly Romero has the opportunity of a lifetime. Let me tell you something. If Ryan beats Rolly, everyone's like, that's what we expected. But if Rolly beats Ryan, Rolly, his stock is out of here. And Ryan Garcia crashes. He crashes. And I don't know if Ryan Garcia can ever recover. Because that means he would have fought Devin, cheated to get the win, which was reversed. Then came to fight Rolly and couldn't do the business against Rolly, who's not as good as a fighter as Devin Haney. That's going to make people question a whole lot about Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all keep cool. It doesn't even matter. This fight isn't about who can throw the most punches. This fight, I think, is about who's really locked in mentally and who has the best timing. We know they both have power, but it's just to me, it's about who's here mentally and about timing. And we're going to find out. Keep cool. Lightning versus the bomb in the breeze.